This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
All right. Hey folks. Dwayne Alleyne at you once again with another episode of Outcome Controlled Business Solution. I'm a life and business coach, guys. We're doing some exciting stuff here, going over the Human Design Project, and we're looking at Elon Musk. So this is the final chapter of this particular assessment, guys, where we're going to wrap up Mr. Musk. And the whole idea, guys, is it proves some type of legitimacy to our Human Design Project, because the whole purpose of the project is to be able to help people make better quality decisions, right? And I'm seeing that happening in the lives of people that I'm taking through this entire process, because like I said before, if you could increase the accuracy of your decisions to at least about 90%, it means to say that you're no longer making wrong decisions most of the time. So you're going to be making the right decisions most of the time. And if you're making the right decision most of the time, then what we can expect and should expect is generally, over a period of time, you're going to see your life progressing. You're going to feel better about yourself. And even if you made a decision and the outcome wasn't favorable, the benefits of what you would have learned is tremendous, right? It's tremendous because you made the right decision at the right time. And to do that, it requires a certain amount of information. So the reason why we are looking at some of the successful people that have accomplished significant things, maybe we might look at sport athletes, we look at business leaders, we look at leaders in different fields and different programs, etc. But the idea is that we have to get certain specific information about the people. So with Mr. Musk, the reason why we're looking at these people, like I said, is because if the Human Design Project is real, if it's something that it's a tool that we can use, then let's test it out. Let's test it. So let's take Elon Musk's information, public information, which I'm going to share here, input it into our algorithm, minus his name, or use another random name, so that the AI don't pick up its Elon that we're asking about, so they don't inject or infer information about him into the design. And so now when we plug that information in, it's going to be giving us something that is pure, right? Something that is uncompromised, something that is unfettered, right? Something that that has no attachment to Mr. Musk in any way, shape, or form. So we could look at, hey, what is going to take for this type of person to become successful? And then we could look at Mr. Musk's life and what he has done and see, hey, is this lining up? So as we do this over and over again, what ought to happen inside of you who are observing this is to come to the realization that, maybe there's something to this. Maybe I should give this a try. I mean, it's complimentary. This is not something that you're paying for, guys. I'm telling you something. No, you should pay for it. And I don't know how long that's going to last for, because right now we are just building up a profile. We're building up some testimonials of people who would have been through it and accomplishing success. And we're very close to that. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to last forever in terms of being complimentary or free. At some point in time, you'll have to pay for this. So if you can get this now, do it now. If you can get it for free now, get it for free now. All right, folks. So we're going to dive into the final part of Mr. Elon Musk, his design, and let's see where it takes us, right? So last time when we were on, and again, guys, just as a reminder, this is for purely educational purposes only. All right, that is our disclaimer. And we're also going to have a disclaimer running at the end of every presentation as well too, because the goal here is not to mislead or misjudge or to say things about people. That's not what we're here for, right? Matter of fact, we're here to really uplift and to learn more about people and to really get some perspective on how it is they were able to accomplish the success that they have. So the first thing that we looked at was their type, was Elon Musk's type, right? He's a G, right? We'll learn more about that if you desire to learn more about it. We also looked at some of the challenges and the solutions to those challenges to see if it lines up. And there are certain things that really jumped out when we were looking at, him really spearheading the Department of Government Efficiency that is currently taking place in the United States of America under President Donald Trump. And maybe we were asking him, did he bite off more than he could chew Or is this something that he has a desire to pursue and initiate? Or is it that he's doing it because he feels as though he has an obligation to do it because the US president has asked him to? Right? So, again, based upon his profile, being at 3/5, meaning that he's a martyr, meaning that he's going to learn through trial and error, and he is also a heretic, meaning that he's a problem solver, which lines up with who he is. All right? But sometimes in solving people's problems, people put unrealistic expectations on him. Right? You see that kind of, we don't know as yet. And I don't want to infer that he is under an obligation to the US president, because Elon Musk is a multi-billionaire, right? He's not under an obligation of anybody. Right? So again, just to be fair to him, we're looking at this from a positive perspective, right? So what we're talking about is affirmations and the confirmations, the final part. Because as we go through this here, like I said in one of the earlier episodes, and if you haven't seen it, you should go back and look at it, is that when you begin to use affirmations, you begin to say words, not just positive words, but words that line up with who you are, your energies. It actually closes a circuit inside of you. And when a circuit is closed, electricity passes through, right? So light passes through, illumination passes through, your energy becomes aligned. You send out a certain frequency into the atmosphere, and then the right people, the right situations, the right circumstances begin to become attracted to you. I'm not teaching on the law of attraction here, but this is something that is real I'm talking about. And it's not just words I'm saying, it is biological. That when you begin to speak, you have a hypoglossal nerve that is turning and twisting based upon the electrical impulses of ideas in the brain, in the temporal part of the brain, temporal lobe. And so now, if this is scientifically true, and in connection with when you speak, you are hearing yourself speak, that travels through your auditory nerve to the back of your brain, and then to your parietal lobe, and then it all comes together. And again, all of these is electrical impulses taking place in the brain. Then you find that there's this closure, there's this connection, the circuit is closing, and then you begin to become programmed, meaning that the person that you were meant to be, you're no longer trying to do it consciously. You're actually lining up with the unconscious part of you, who you were meant to be, how you were meant to operate, versus living in the projection and the expectations of others, which we all have, right? Because I'm the last child of 12 siblings, right? So I have been projected and stamped upon. They're doing, it should be this, it should be that, you should be like this, you should be like that, you should be more like this, you should not do this, you should not do that. There's a lot of projections that has been upon my life. So imagine how liberating this has been for me, and that I can actually just function and be who I am. Now, I discovered that a long time ago, but all of this is like confirmation, right? And now the goal is to help other people. When you look at my profile as a 6'2", being a role model and a hermit, because that role model is the first and the strongest part of me, and the hermit is the subdominant part of me. That's why I can actually do these recordings, right? But I can't go too far. So when I finish this here, right back into the hermit crab shell, right? So let's talk about Mr. Musk. So affirmations. So these are things that I suspect that Elon Musk would love to hear when he says it to himself as an affirmation, right? Because it lines up with who he is. So I trust that life brings me the right opportunities at the right time. I allow myself to wait and respond with clarity instead of forcing outcomes. My energy is magnetic and the right opportunities are drawn to me effortlessly. Sounds like him, right? My energy is magnetic and the right opportunities are drawn to me effortlessly. I'm sure it feels that way for him now. It may not have been that way all along, but I'm pretty sure it's that way now. What about for emotional clarity? I give myself time to ride my emotional wave before making decisions. I am patient with myself and trust that clarity will come. When I feel deeply aligned, my decisions lead to success. Embracing trial and error. My experience is teaching me something valuable. I am resilient and each setback is a stepping stone to mastery. I release the fear of failure and embrace the power of learning. I suspect that all of these things are things that he would have drilled down, maybe not in these specific words here, but in his specific mentality, right? Because of his career in space travel and all of these different things, there are a lot of mistakes that has to be made there until he could figure out actually what works. The mere fact he could take a spaceship and make it land where it took off, it's a lot of trial and error would have gone into that. I'm pretty sure of that. What about managing others' expectations? I am not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations. Good one. I choose to solve problems that align with my energy and passion, and I set boundaries and honor my own needs first. All right, that's why he's a billionaire. That's why he could spend time chasing down fraud and whatever else he wants to find in the government, right? So go figure. Overcoming frustration. I trust the process and celebrate every step forward. Satisfaction is my guide. Satisfaction is my guide, and I choose actions that bring me joy. Even when things feel slow, I know my momentum is building. Possibly. Avoiding distractions and staying focused. I focus my energy on what truly excites and fulfills me. I let go of distractions and stay committed to my vision. Every day I take aligned action towards my biggest dream. And a bonus one, I am a powerful creator of my reality, and everything I need is already within me. I'm pretty sure again, nobody's perfect, but I'm pretty sure he believes that, right? That he believes he's a powerful creator, and that whatever he put his mind to do, that he could actually do. And I guess we all want to develop that. Maybe not to the extent of that Elon did, but to some extent where we could get to a certain level of maybe freedom or expertise or mastery in whatever field that we have an interest in. So here's the closing of the circuit, the confirmations or the compliments, right? And again, I could imagine if these things are true and Elon Musk really lines up with these things, then these are the things that he would love to hear coming back at him as a confirmation of, hey, Elon, you're right on track. So things like, Elon, I admire how you trust the process and wait for the right opportunities. Things always seem to fall in place for you. Not only could somebody say that as a compliment, that could also be true in this day and time. Elon, your ability to respond to what truly excites you is inspiring. It's amazing to watch you attract the perfect opportunities, right? All of these things are true. Elon, I see how powerful your energy is when you follow your gut. You always know when to say yes to the right things. Elon, I really respect how you take your time to feel things out before making decisions. It's a sign of true wisdom. Elon, your patience in waiting for clarity always leads you to the best outcomes. It's incredible to see. Elon, you make such strong aligned choices when you honor your emotions. It's one of your greatest strengths. Elon, I love how you turn every experience, good or bad, into a learning opportunity. Your resilience is amazing. Elon, you have such a gift for refining things through experience. You always find the best way forward. Your ability to embrace mistakes as stepping stones is so powerful. It makes you a natural leader. Elon, I respect how you set boundaries and only take on what truly excites you. You don't let other people's expectations define you. And that's what makes you so strong. Elon, I admire how you stay true to yourself and only say yes to what aligns with your energy. Elon, your patience and commitment to your process always pays off. I can see how things are unfolding perfectly for you. I love how you celebrate even the small wins. Your persistence is inspiring. That's a fact. Elon, even when things take time, you always find your way to success. It's incredible to watch. Elon, your ability to focus on what truly excites you is so powerful. You don't get distracted by things that don't serve you. I see how committed you are to your vision, and it's paying off in such a big way. It's like these things are true even now, right? Elon, you always know what's worth your energy. That clarity makes you unstoppable. And then the bonus one, Elon, you are truly magnetic. And when you're in alignment, I can see how life responds to your energy in amazing ways. So guys, we see it, right? We see it. We see this dynamic, wonderful dynamic of affirmations and confirmations. And you can see how it lines up with the end result or the place at which Elon is at, where he would have fulfilled much of his potential. So again, I don't want to sound like a sounding board here, but the purpose of this here, and as we continue to do it with other celebrities, other successful people, maybe athletes, once we have access to that private information, which will be in the public domain really, but I'm not going to share it here. Once we plug these things into our algorithm, and whatever comes out in the end, let's line it up to see if it fits in some way, shape, or form. And if it does, it means that you should take a chance at it, especially as it's complimentary for now. All right, guys. So I have been thrilled to walk through this assessment with you, covering Mr. Musk. I look forward to next week because we're going to be covering Madame Oprah Winfrey, just a black woman or woman, whatever you want to call her, that was able to rise to the highest levels in media, right? Amongst men, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see how she was able to do it look at maybe some of her challenges, some of the solutions, look at her profile, her signature, all of the different things, and let's see if it lines up with the finished or the almost finished product that we call Oprah. Guys, if you want to get your complimentary assessment, reach out to me, 868-333-8048. We serve the US, Canada, the Dominican Republic, and most of the Caribbean islands. So wherever you are seeing this, you want to sit down and do a complimentary assessment, hit me up. I'll send you my calendar, and you'll be able to choose the best time that works for you. And so we could set that session up via Zoom, and we could take it from there. But guys, my name is Dwayne Alleyne, life and business coach. Over and out. See you next week. Until then, stay safe. God bless. Bye.
This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The Human Design Project is a framework for self-discovery and personal insight, not a definitive science. Our analysis is based on publicly available information and should not be considered factual or absolute. We do not claim to know the private thoughts, experiences, or personal beliefs of any individuals discussed. Furthermore, our discussion is not intended to defame, mislead, or misrepresent any public figure. We respect their privacy and contributions to society. Any insights shared are speculative interpretations meant to foster discussion, self-reflection, and a deeper understanding of human design concepts. Listeners are encouraged to explore these ideas with an open mind and conduct their own research. Contact life and business coach Dwayne J. Alleyne at 868-333-8048 to conduct your complimentary assessment today.